Welcome back, folks, to Dameceles' Let's Play of Triangle Strategy.
Roland and House Wolffort succeed in reclaiming Glenbrook, but they cannot rest easy, for new dilemmas threaten to tear the kingdom apart.
So, Frederica and Benedict rejoined us. Benedict informing us of Lord Simon's death and the fact that Sarah Noah is apparently a royal bastard of King Regna. and Frederica bringing with her some very world-building shaking information just about salt. Although, as you've probably heard me ranting this entire LP, I've just been like, where is it? Where's the rock salt? And that, I think that's what Ace Frost the mine was. They were grabbing the salt. That totally must have been what Brigand saw and was like, shh, keep it secret. And then he died. And then no one bothered to even look. Okay.
For one, the secret of Sarah Noah's birth come to light with Lord Simon's passing.
Oh hey, maybe I shouldn't have given that summary.
Meanwhile, the newly crowned King Roland struggles to reconcile his ideals with reality after punishing the royalists.
Oh, okay. That was a very big part, and we saw that part in person. The fact that everyone's so confused, that they're like, life was fine before you came, Roland. Even though it's been, 4 days or whatever? Plus, the royalists had been making things actively worse immediately after we kicked Ace Frost out because they were being a bunch of scum-sucking rich people. Yeah, rich people. But, although personally, I really think he is mostly seeing Crown City citizens acting like this. Because we don't know what Tellier is up to. We haven't really seen Wolffort's population since we left. And we've never even once gone to Falks. I bet Falks would be like, yes, got rid of them. That's the only way we can go forward.
Finally, there's the truth about the Roselle and the untapped salt crystals buried within the earth, revealed in a book to Frederica from her late mother. None of these revelations have an easy solution.
Oh boy, solution. Although a lot of JRPGs, you don't deal with the solution.
Matters, they receive word that the survivors of the Isfrosti army are gathering at the Grand Norzelian mines.
Are they going to get out of there before we come for them? Swiggity swooty, we gonna come for that booty.
Forced to put all else aside to focus on driving out their foe, Sarah Noah and his comrades steel themselves for battle.
Okay, they're just like, get out of Glenbrook. You are in Glenbrook. We're gonna kick you out. Yep, there we go. Kicking, come with her boots. Combat boots to stomp with. Sleep, my friend. Oh shoot, I don't know what chapter that was. 16? Oh no. Wow,
the
straight
remnants of
into
the Isfrosti forces are gathering at the Grand Norzelian mines.
Okay, I gotta say, for people who are only watching and haven't played the game, this is feeling a little strange in that they're chaining one cutscene into another, which for me personally, I'm like, that flows better. But this is the exact opposite of the beginning of the game, where they force you onto the map to choose, like, over and over and over again. And personally, at the start of the game, I thought that was what made for a lot of time bloat, is just the in and out, in and out. And they're not doing that now. It's just an interesting contrast.
Or perhaps I should say they are rallying there, preparing to defend it to the last.
Wait, but Gustadolf was like, get X amount, get out. Are they not doing the out part.
Something tells me you're right. Gustadolf may have used Lord Dragan's murder as pretext for invading Glenbrook. Yet I believe his true aim was to seize control, not of our kingdom, but of the mines.
Once Glenbrook fell to them, Estfrost did indeed continue mining operations with notable zeal. Apparently, they transported huge shipments of what they excavated to the duchy, too.
I mean, salt, man. That and they had canceled trade with Hyzan.
You mean iron ore?
One would assume as much, but we do not know for certain. They say only a chosen few were allowed to have anything to do with the mining or transport.
Odd, ain't it? Granted, the iron from the Grand Norzelian mines is supposed to be decent stuff.
But the Duchy has access to plenty of other iron mines of comparable quality. They've certainly no need to go to such pains to obtain resources from this one.
Oh, they still haven't cottoned on that it's a salt mine. Salt!
You reckon there's something special about it?
Yes. It's what kicked off this entire war.
What my mother wrote of must be true.
Okay, good. Frederick is connecting the dots.
I've returned from scouting the Grand Norzelian mines.
Oh wow, instead of Anna. I mean, she thought a bird. Makes sense.
There were no signs of miners or couriers anywhere. The enemy's numbers do not appear that great, but the soldiers were occupied with some task within the mine. I cannot say exactly how many they are.
Thank you, Hewitt. Well done. Well, there you have it. The Estfrosti army is scheming something at the mines. Whatever they are planning, we cannot allow them to continue unchallenged.
Then let us reclaim the Grand Norzelian mines. And in doing so, we shall discover the Duchy's aims in due course.
Sure. I don't know. This entire game, they've been like 2 steps behind Gustadolf. The only time when they weren't was when he was like, Wolfort can be whatever. I'm gonna go over here. That and not going through with that marriage / obtaining an heir. I'm still shocked that that ruthless man didn't do that. All right, finally we get some breathing room. I'm just gonna, oops, sorry, not that. Go out. There we go. Any greens? Definitely not. Okay then. And we got one. Gosh. We got the plot, but we have character stories. Let's do those character stories. Oh, are they all? Yes, they're all recruited characters. Side characters. All right, let's view them. I'm sorry if I'm probably going to do what I have done this entire time and complain about the location and timing. At least right now. Oh, they're actively scouting the mine, like they're at the mine. Okay, it will be awkward. That's one thing I've found with these side story / character moments is, like, good for them for giving it a solid setting and, like, building around that and stuff, but sometimes I'm like, why is this happening now? This feels more like a flashback or something. Doesn't fit in terms of when it pops up in the story. But I am excited to look at Corton. I hope it digs into him instead of just being jokey.
What's so urgent you can't let a man sleep?
Oh no, Eredor's here. It might be jokey.
Nothing less than the completion of my groundbreaking research, Eredor.
And listen to that music. Jokey music.
Oh, Well now, that is something.
Indeed it is. I've managed to thermodynamically stabilize the quasi-liquid film forming on the surface of the...
Water?
Yes, I've heard all that. Now tell it to me in words a man can understand.
You can't follow that, Eridor?
Right. Well, in layman's terms, I have created ice that never melts.
This is a cool idea. At the same time, will this cause the heat death of the planet? Maybe.
See how simple...
Oh.
Did you say ice that never melts?
Or you could remove all water from the natural cycle and, you know, everything will just be destroyed. He's gonna begin the Ice Age.
That's mighty impressive and all, but what actual good does that do anyone?
My dear, sweet, simple Eridor. We can use my creation to forge weapons with no need for iron.
Great. We'll just use up all our water. Great.
Sounds useful, if it works as you say. But how's the...
Oh, sorry.
Silly soldier. Do you take me for a fool? Of course I tested their durability. Worry not.
Is he really thinking that this is good for making weapons instead of, like, making the ultimate icebox / old-timey refrigerator? That's what they should be used for. I still don't think it's a great idea to turn all our water into this when we can't get it back.
A prototype shall arrive shortly. I bid you try it out for yourself. For better or worse, you're the most experienced soldier I know, and so I'd have you handle it first.
Isn't it gonna, like, stick to his gauntlet? Are we gonna have, like, a Christmas Story situation where someone's flesh gets adhered to the ice and then we have to, like...
That sounds big and important. I reckon I'll take you up on it.
Oh boy.
What news? Surely it's finished by now.
Afraid not. I come bearing unfortunate news from the smithy.
Did it melt? Wait, wouldn't they have to, like, chip and chisel? What are you gonna do with all those unmelting ice chips? If someone ate it, would it freeze them from the inside out? I'm sorry, I am turning this into fridge horror, but I can't stop thinking about it.
It seemed plenty sturdy at first, but shattered the moment he took a hammer to it.
The ice? The shape of the ice?
He says it has a long way to go before it can be used in place of iron, I'm afraid.
Corton, did you give him a hunk of ice and you're like, turn it into a sword? And then he shatters it with... Corton, don't use up my water. Don't do it.
Preposterous! My calculations were impeccable.
Ah, this poor, sheltered nerd.
Surely I have not forsaken my homeland in pursuit of a fool's errand.
That's all a bit dramatic, isn't it? You can't have a breakthrough without breaking a couple of ice blades. You know what would wash away all that pain? A nice cold glass of spirits.
No, stop it. You're such an alcoholic sometimes. Don't. We don't know if this guy even regularly drinks.
Spirits? That's it! That unmelted ice of yours could chill him forever, could it not?
Don't drink it. You'll probably die. I mean, you know, swallowing the ice and then it never melt. Oh my gosh.
Groundbreaking indeed. This invention of yours could still take the world by storm.
Now, using a nice big block of it that hopefully doesn't get worn away with time, totally would. To make a good icebox, that would be great. Heck, they could have wagons with it and actually transport stuff and prevent it from spoiling. But if this truly doesn't melt, tiny shards of it are very dangerous because, like, if it gets into somebody, that's bad. That, and I don't like that it takes one of the most valuable resources known to man, water, and And then it starts using it up. Oh.
And I reckon the army'd have use for it as well. It'd keep our rations from going off.
Hey.
Weapons be damned. You've done very important work.
There we go. We got two smarties here. One smarter than the other, but you know. You might be.
Fact remains that my calculations were in error. So forgive me my reluctance to.
What, for hardness? It's ice.
Less sulking, more drinking. You succeeded, haven't you?
Honestly, water is one of the elements you would most associate with movement. Even though ice is a solid, it crumbling, cracking, changing shape, that's still very much in the nature of water.
Right then, this'll be my treat, and I won't be turning in till you do.
And then Eridor swallowed the unmeltable ice and died horribly.
Very well. Scientific breakthroughs never come easily, I suppose.
I've definitely ruined the humor of the scene.
Perhaps my next experiment shall be seeing how many rounds my everlasting ice can chill.
I don't use my water up.
Right then. To the encampment with us. 'Tis time for a drink or three.
No, you alcoholic.
That's the spirit. Just promise me I won't have to haul your drunken ass home this time.
You were the one who put him up to it. Well, we learned more, although not about Corriton personally. Just as research, I guess. Although I would think Izant would want research on ice, considering they're in a desert. I guess just the whole, no, you work here, you know, works against the whole bringing out a person's innate talents. Because sometimes you give them a role they're not the best at. Or they just don't like it. Alright. Time for the first Flanagan. Side story. The Bloody Shield recounts how he came to be known by such an accursed name. It's super teenage edgelord. The Bloody Shield.
Thank you for joining me in my training, Sir Flanagan. I've learned much from you.
Your hawks are different colors. I love it in games like this when mounted characters have mounts that look unique instead of exactly copy-paste. It's just a nice, fun touch. His kind of matches his aesthetic a little better. It's desaturated.
In truth, I'm grateful for any training at all. There are few of us hawk riders in Glenbrook.
Then let me thank you in turn for a chance to shake the rust from my bones. Seems my mount was keen to face such a worthy opponent as well.
No?
'Twould seem they are hawks of a feather. Speaking of which, Sir Flanagan, I understand your regiment of riders was the Duchy's finest.
And we really haven't, other than that boat map, we really haven't seen hawk riders.
Yet you chose to leave your homeland behind. Why?
He was tired of the BS.
I grew to see how powerless I was.
Okay, this just got too real. I think one of the facts of growing up that sucks the most about adulthood is you're like, damn it, I can't fix the world.
I once believed the freedom Gustadolf espoused would bring prosperity to Esfrost. So I fought, and fought, and fought for the cause until my shield was stained blood red.
Embedded with teeth.
Hence your title, yes. To think how many lives you must have saved.
Do not mock me. I saved no one.
Oh?
Pride swelled my breast with every mention of that cursed title. But in a year's time, what did I return home to find?
Okay, so he was like out on the front. Wait. I was about to say front lines. Where was he fighting? Was this back in the Salt Iron War? Where else could they fight?
My poor wife, wasting away in solitude in the throes of an accursed plague.
Aw, man, dude. Did you guys not write letters to each other?
Your wife. Had word not reached you?
She mentioned in letters that she felt unwell, but never did I expect it to be so grave. In a matter of days, she was gone.
Oh.
Every moment I spent protecting the people, she drew one step closer to death.
Now there's another heavy topic. Caretaking someone with a fatal condition. It's just hard. Let alone if you have a job and you have to go make money, can't stay home. Oh.
And I left her to die. Her blood, too, stains my shield.
Sir Flanagan,
Forgive me. I did not mean to burden you with my woes. But you see now...
Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, I keep doing it. Whoops! Here, I could do...
It is a tragedy.
There we go. Here we go.
Forgive me. I did not mean to burden you with my woes. But you see now, my title is a curse.
Alright. Her blood too stains my shield. I'm sorry, I can't take it.
Yes. But I cannot bring myself to believe you cursed.
You're talking to the hawk.
And you mustn't believe so either.
The hawk. Well, that was a cute, like, bonding moment. And I have to say, for, like, dramatic backstory, that wasn't bad. Like, I can't take the bloody shield very seriously, but they did relatively well with the topics. I mean, this is no Silent Hill 2 where you're really going to get into the weeds, but... Okay. Archibald reminisces about the Salt Iron War with Anna. Yeah, Anna! 2 cool characters talking.
Master Archibald, is there something on your mind?
Goddess be good. I must be getting on in years for you to be able to sneak up on me like that.
Hey, I think that might be one of the first times I've heard a character, you know, use one of those little turns of phrase when with the Byzantine religion kind of involved. You know, other than screaming at heretics / heathens. Honestly, that's missing quite a bit in this. If you look at a lot of old medieval jargon, relevant god and or gods would be invoked quite more. It's just more part of daily life. Well, good on you, Archibald. You brought in the world building.
What troubles you?
I was only reminiscing. Windy days like these tend to blow my mind back a couple of decades or more.
And wind in the desert? That's fun.
Reminiscing about what?
The Salt Iron War. Hard to believe it's been 30 whole years.
30 years.
Some days I almost forget my time as one of the Saintly Seven.
I'm still amazed that, like, he was that high up, and apparently there was like, yeah, you can go do whatever. Maybe they didn't know he survived? I don't.
I defended the Citadel of Sand through the conflict. I was there when Esfrost attacked. A number of Rosellan prisoners who tried to escape the source were there too.
Citadel Sand.
Including Our Lady Frederica's dear mother.
Oh, he knew her?
What's this?
She stayed behind all by herself to help the countless numbers of her fellow Roselle flee. That's how she was captured.
Wait. So Frederica had come from Aesfrost? Or sorry, not Frederica. Her mother, or Aurelia.
But I knew we couldn't hold the Citadel. So I helped her and her friends escape in secret before the enemy attacked.
Oh my gosh, Archibald. Very heretical of you, but great! What were you the saint of, I wonder? Probably defense.
The wind blew just as hard that night as it's blowing now. I'll never forget watching the Roselle, caked all over in mud as they slipped away into the dark.
They'd probably need to, like, hide their hair color and everything. Well, and, like, going through the river throws off dogs trying to scent you down.
So you didn't want innocents to get caught up in the coming battle?
It never settled right with me. The way the goddess's teachings permitted abuse of the Roselle for the supposed sins of their past.
Oh, yay! I'm glad he's talking about this, like this.
A person's life isn't worth more or less just because of the conditions of their birth. But more than anything, I was moved by the selfless acts of Lady Frederica's mother. She reminded me of what I had once aspired to be. She was able to do what I never could. Risk her life to save her friends.
Wait, but you were on the defense.
I couldn't let someone like that die. Not on my watch. It wasn't long until the other saintly seven discovered what I'd done. They branded me a traitor, stripped me of my title, and sentenced me to death.
Oh, okay. Well, now we know. He did this. And that other old man who's still sitting on there, in addition to other people, were like, time to die.
Of course, I slipped out of their clutches before they could have my head.
Hey, so they knew he had survived, but they were like, you're a criminal. Criminal.
I wandered for a while before taking up life as a merchant under the King of Glenbrook's patronage.
Hey, here we see another great world-building tidbit. He was able to form and find a new life thanks to King Regna. Interesting.
I never knew you and Lady Frederica's mother shared such a past.
Well, it is in the past. Anyway, let us return. This cold night wind is making my old bones ache something fierce.
Well, all of those were pretty informative. Horton, frankly, was the least informative, like, about his motivations and stuff. It was more comedic fridge horror. But the other two I enjoyed quite a bit. Cool. Okay, well, we'll be on to plot next time. See you guys then.